Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Harmony and I'm so happy to be here. If you don't know me, you can check out my intro on how to empower yourselves. But briefly, my channel is about empowering people, and how I do this is by posting a question at a time and give you free simple guidelines on how to answer those questions. So you get to know yourselves better, your strengths, your weaknesses, what you need to work on. And I also post some videos on spiritual topics and terms and what they mean to me, and if they help you along your journey, then that's great. I also offer past life regression, future life progression, and life purpose coaching sessions online. So if you're interested, the link to my website is in the description box below, so you can check it out. Okay, let's move on to today's topic. Today's topic is, am I on the right path? How do we know we are on the right path? Right? Okay, so the first thing is, if we're asking the question itself, then something doesn't feel right. Okay, because if you were happy whatever you're doing, then you wouldn't ask that question. So that's number one indication. Number two is like doubting yourself. Okay, so why are you doubting yourself? Why do you think you're not? What does that lead to? That leads to you not knowing yourself. So, how do you get to know yourself? Ask that question to yourself, because your soul holds that question, the answer, sorry. Now, many people can't connect to the soul sometimes because they don't know how to connect. But it's very simple to connect with your soul. It's we've all got this inner child in us that is innocent. Okay, and most of the time when we are adults, we forget about that inner child. So that inner child wants to play, wants to have fun. And it is the innocent one that is still connected to the soul, to who knows exactly what the soul wants. So this is an indication for you. If you connect to the inner child and see how your inner child is feeling. If your inner child is not happy, then question yourself. Okay, see, the inner child is like the key, it's like the compass, because the soul resides in the heart and the inner child lies between, it's in the higher heart. So it is like in between the mind and the heart. So that's where the inner child is. So it's between the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So this is where the inner child is, and that's the one who can tell you whether the path you're taking is the right one or not. Now, let's move on to sometimes what happens is, like, the reason why we can't connect to the inner child is because the inner child needs healing, and there are a lot of videos out there. You can check it out on how to heal your inner child and then try to connect to it. But if that's the case, you can't connect, it means your inner child needs healing, because sometimes we go through really hard times and we seem to heal the adult self, but not the inner child. So if you want more information about the inner child, there's lots of information out there you can find out and read about it. So many people talk about it, so you can find out how to heal your inner child, connect it, and then ask your inner child, so what's the best option for you? Are you on the right path or not? Okay. So this is 2. Then number 3, you've got like beliefs. Okay, there are a lot of beliefs. I'll do a separate video just on beliefs. When you're thinking whether you're on the right path or not, try to think about the beliefs Okay, so you write the question, am I on the right path? And then write down the answers. Why do I believe yes? Why do I believe no? So, what are the beliefs that come under yes? And what are the beliefs that come under no? And then look at every single belief and try to understand that belief. Where did it come from? Is it because everyone believes it? Is it because when you were young you picked it up and then that's always been a belief? Or is it because, yeah, that's the general rule, that's what happens, is what everybody believes in. So question that belief and question it in a way where, when did it start? Who said that? Where did that belief start? Who did it come from? What was that person going through at that time? Because there are so many beliefs that we believe that are not really the real thing. It's like, I'll just give you one example. It's like people say, no pain, no gain. You must have believed this, listened to this all the time growing up. Yeah, you need to make sacrifices, you need to work hard, you need to do this to get something. But how about people who don't have to do any of this and they're still getting it? How do they get it? So can you see how it is different? So something that works, feels true for somebody, might not be true for someone else. So where did that belief originate? So this is what you need to shake off. When you look at those beliefs, this is what you need to shake off. They need to go. So it's up to you, whatever you believe is right or whatever you believe is helping you to answer that question, whether you're on the right path or not. But try to go to the root of it and try to understand them. Okay? Now another thing is, when we ask that question, we tend to take into consideration everything. Of course, that's fine because we are living in a 3D world where we need money to survive, we need a job, we need, to pay bills, pay mortgage, pay rent, whatever it is. So we need to look after all the people around us. That's another thing as well. But if you're true to yourself, okay, if you're true to yourself, ask yourself the question, what do I really want? And if you're true to yourself, then you can be true to everybody around you. So if you're lying to yourself, then you're lying to everyone around you because you're not living your truth. So by asking that question, whether I'm on the right path, ask yourself, am I being true to myself? So if I'm not being true to myself, I don't feel right, then what am I projecting on others? This is what I'm doing to others. Okay? So another thing is, like, try to find out patterns. So if there are certain patterns that keep repeating, and these patterns are telling you something, like every time you've come full circle, you keep on going in this circle, round and round and round. Keep on doing it. So what is it indicating to you? You need to break free from that pattern, break free from the cycle. So this is another indication telling you of whether the path you're in is the right one or not. Now, another way of telling it, another way of finding out, if you want to know, then connect to the universe, because by that I mean there are coincidences. Okay, there's a lot of coincidences that happen, and whether you believe that coincidences or they just happen, you can find out about Carl Jung or Jung, however you pronounce his name. He talked about how he did research and how coincidences work, and it did come to a point where there is something higher involved when coincidences happen. So we can call it like signs and synchronicities in the New Age community, like the spiritual world. We give the name to coincidences as signs and synchronicities. So look at that. Look at the signs and synchronicities that's happening in your life. They'll be another indication of whether you're on the right path or not. So, say for example, you ask a question. Just say, "Okay, universe, I want to know if I'm on the right path or not. So, and I want a sign from you. So I'll go for a walk, or in a couple of days, or whenever. Give me a sign that I am on the right path. Okay, whatever you think is the right path. Ask the universe, please tell me by showing me a rose or whatever it is, like whatever you can think of, or an animal, or anything, or a specific bird or a bunny or whatever it is, like just ask the universe, okay, if I'm on the right path, this is the right path for me, show me a sign. And you say what that sign is, what you want to see. So if you're really true to yourself and really asking that, then you will get that sign and you will know. And if you don't, then you know what it is. So you have to be patient with this as well, because you don't always get it in one day or the next. You can get signs in like the next minute, or the next day, or in a couple of days or a week. But you do get the sign when you really ask with all your heart. You pour your heart out there and ask that question, and this is how you get the answer you. And if you are like already seeing signs and synchronicities, then you know that already something is happening at a different level, so that exists. So if you put the question out there, then you get the answer. Okay, so that's another thing. Then something else that we all have, and we don't use it for our benefit, which is our feelings. Okay, so the feeling is, it's a bit like the inner child. The inner child will tell you, oh yeah, I'm excited about this, but when I think about this, I know doesn't feel right. So when you think about, when you connect to your feelings, so another way of finding out is like, you say you've got two options. Okay, so you ask the question to the first option, and then close your eyes. Before you do that, sorry, just take the deep breath in, deep breath out, like in, and close your eyes, ask the question, and see how you feel. Listen to your body and see how you feel, because normally this works for some people. Like if something is not right, they are not in the right path, something doesn't feel right, they get that feeling within. It's like sometimes you could feel like there's a blockage somewhere. Okay, like there is or you feel like kind of nauseating, like you feel that feeling, you get that feeling. But if you ask another question, and in the same way you just like close your eyes and deep breath in, deep breath out, close your eyes and go within and ask the question, and if you feel like your whole body feels alive, you will know how your body talks to you. So you will know that, yeah, because my mind is asking the question, and my heart is answering it. So when they come in alignment, I feel that in my body. So everything is feeling it, and everything is knowing, yes, this is the right thing. This is the path to take. This is the path I want to be in. So this is how you can find out whether the path you're taking is the right one or not. So this is it in a nutshell, and I hope this helps you, and hope you got something out of it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.